Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Ankuram IAS. You all have appeared in prelims examination and I think you are trying to fast track your mains preparation. And we are here with ethics fast track course of Ankuram IAS. Generally ethics is an area which is neglected by the students now. So when you start preparing for civil service, your focus is that I should qualify preliminary first. There are so many students who prepare mains also because they know that qualifying preliminary is not sufficient. We need to have preparation of mains also. And they go ahead with their main syllabus. It helps in qualifying prelims. But generally they ignore the mains area. Like they ignore governance, they ignore ethics, or some important areas from the mains. Even optional is neglected by students. Ethics is generally neglected. But ethics is one paper, 250 marks. And there are so many students who qualified with their ethics, very good marks. So in GS paper 4, they scored very good, they qualified. And so many students, they failed because they could not prepare in ethics. So ethics is the area which is generally neglected by students. And what can we do to make our preparation stronger, to make our preparation better? Let us discuss about the strategy of cracking mains examination with the help of ethics paper. It is possible that in ethics you score, it's possible that in ethics you score 125. Some of the students feel that they have knowledge of what is good, what is right, what is bad, what is wrong. So they know this, and whenever the paper will come, so by going through the paper with the help of their intellectual skill, they will be answering and they will get good marks. At least about case studies, they have this feeling. I want to reject this notion as suitable for your better performance in mains. I'm against this approach. I really feel that you need to have a strategic preparation of the ethics paper. So what is generally missing? If I talk about what students do, there are few who prepare ethics, but generally students, they ignore ethics. So many students who don't know that they will be qualifying preliminary or not, they appear in preliminary, the score is better. So they now think about starting ethics paper and other papers which they have missed. So in less time, we can fast track. In less time, we can do so many things. In less time, we'll be doing what we will be doing in this course. I'll be discussing with you. But what is generally missing? No, what students think. Most importantly, in case of ethics, we find students have an approach, we call it spontaneous approach. Spontaneity is very significant thing which we find in these students. And there is a need for the content specialization. We need content specialization in ethics. I'll take one example here to make you how this content specialization is important. Spontaneity here means that you think that at the time of examination, spontaneously, I will be able to answer the ethics paper. This is spontaneity. They don't have specialization of the content. And your myth that my spontaneous appearance, if I know I have understanding of what is right, wrong, what is good, bad, and I am intellectual person. So if something comes with the help of my existing knowledge, I will be able to crack. I will be able to write each and every answer. That is the thinking of the students. This is spontaneous approach. And spontaneity is dangerous. Spontaneity, yeah, there it is possible that you score 60, 65, 70. It's possible. But this marks is definitely less than average marks. This marks is a obstacle towards your qualifying mains examination. If you are scoring very well with the help of your content specialization, then it is possible that you score 125 plus. Yeah, it's possible. 125 plus score is possible. Students have scored around 135, 137, etc. in the past. I am Srikant Bhagat. I am teaching ethics since 2013. I have my books on ethics from McGraw-Hill. Hindi editions have been out, that Niti Shastrans or Civil Seva. English I have already written. So English book will come very soon. So I am teaching ethics since 2013. Since the syllabus was introduced, new pattern of examination came, GS paper 4 ethics came. Since then I am teaching this subject. So the missing element is what? Content specialization. What candidates do? They are spontaneous in their approach. And I would like to make you clear that how content specialization is needed. Suppose I take a concept here for your purpose. If I take a concept, the conflict of interest. So conflict of interest, from here UPSC has asked question 3 times. Previous year questions, if you see from 2013, you'll find 3 times question has been asked. And at least twice they have asked how to resolve conflict of interest. What is conflict of interest? Simply, suppose I am director of a particular department and my brother-in-law is applying for a contract, and I am the signing authority, have to decide who should be awarded the contract, or I am one of the panel member of the people who are going to decide about the contract. My brother-in-law is also one of the applicant bidder. In that case, there exists a conflict of interest. My personal interest contradicts with, comes in conflict with the public duty which I have to perform. So when public duty can have an obstacle from my own personal interest, there will arise what we call conflict of interest. How to resolve the conflict of interest? Generally, students write a general answer. If suppose this case is given and conflict of interest resolution is asked, they will be answering it in general way. But there are 3 specialized way to resolve the conflict of interest. Just I am briefing you to understand how you need content which has already been there, resources which is already there, lots of books, research materials, papers have been written by scholars, authors, and reading those at relevant point or writing so many answers, reading those is needed. You can't write Plato's idea, Aristotle's idea by your own. You can't write what Kant assumes, what Kant thinks. Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative, you can't write. Yeah, if you know Immanuel Kant and Bhagavad Gita, you can compare them. But if you don't know Immanuel Kant's idea, you cannot compare the duty suggested by Immanuel Kant and the duty which is present in Bhagavad Gita. You can't compare them. Even you can't write about Immanuel Kant, what is his idea. So you need to go through content. So many things are there, you can't write spontaneous. And major part of the ethics students assume to be spontaneous. Yeah, there are some spontaneity, but if you have a organized pattern of writing answers, prepared way to writing answers, even those questions where spontaneity can work, you can answer. So here, let's say, if I'm talking about conflict of interest, so conflict of interest resolution, if you read the research materials or encyclopedia of ethics or very significant resources on ethics written by scholars of different parts of the world, you'll find that they talk about 3 ways by which conflict of interest can be resolved. What are three ways? What are these three ways? Number one, avoidance. Number two, disclosure. Number three, management. Avoidance, disclosure, management. Avoidance, you know this, like Supreme Court judges, they escape, they rescue that I will not be hearing this case. It happened in case of Ram Mandir. So Ram Mandir or Babri Masjid case, some of the Supreme Court judges said they rescued from the sitting in the bench which was going to decide about Ram Mandir. Significantly, there are so many such issues in which Supreme Court judges rescued themselves. Now, suppose I am a director of a department. My brother-in-law applies for a particular contract. So I can avoid that. No, I will not be making decision. The first approach resolution idea is avoidance. I will not discuss management today. I'll discuss in my class, but because I have to discuss so many things, your approaches and syllabus today. So avoidance, you generally know. And then comes disclosure. Disclosure means I disclose publicly. When idea of disclosure comes, suppose me as a person has no other option. Suppose I am a person, I am going to conduct a surgery of a patient. There is accident case, one lady comes and I am single surgeon in the hospital. I have to conduct very significant surgery, life or death like situation. And that lady may be my ex-wife, divorced. I'm not second married, but maybe my second wife, divorced. I am paying her alimony, means monthly maintenance charges. I'm paying monthly maintenance charges to her, and I have lots of obligation towards her. Maybe my interest, her survival is against my interest. On the just, I can't say that my conflict of interest, I will not be doing conducting surgery. This avoidance is not possible here. So similarly, as a prime minister, a person has to make decision, and there is a conflict of interest coming. Prime minister cannot avoid because he is the only person making decision. Rescuing so many times is not possible. Collector can't say I will not make decision. He cannot make a transfer process possible within hours or for purpose of that particular decision. So avoidance when not possible, disclosure is approached. Disclosure means making clear that I am this person, such and such person, and it is my brother-in-law who is applying for this bid, and my interest and the public duty may contradict. So I am making it open so that observation on me can be put, so that there can be proper management, that conflict of interest can be resolved. If I disclose, the moment I make a disclosure, I come out of the moral responsibility of making decision in conflict of interest. So conflict of interest clause, second possibility, second resolution process is disclosure. But can we say only disclosure is sufficient? So disclosure should have a third approach to managing conflict of interest, to resolving conflict of interest, and that is management of conflict of interest. So conflict of interest management, what is this? I said I will not be discussing right now, but this is a specialized way to understand the content. So you know that, oh, conflict of interest, I understand, I know. Similarly, one more thing, there are large number of students who assume the concept of honesty, there is concept of honesty and concept of integrity to be same. Probity in public life and integrity are assumed to be same. There may be thin line, but their line exists. The line of difference between honesty and integrity is there. Integrity has a very specialized meaning. Integrity is having very specialized meaning. Integrity is something where your thought, your expression or words, your thought, your expression or words, and your action, when all the 3 points come together, no, we call it tea. Isn't it? It looks like a cup of tea. When thought, expression, action comes together, we call it integrity. Integrity means what? The moral wholeness. Means manasa vacha karmana. You will find that in military services, manasa vacha karmana, it should be one. It's called moral integrity. Means what you think is not different from what you speak. What you speak is not different from what you act. So when your speech, thought, and action all comes together are one, it is moral integrity. Honesty is very simple thing. Like honesty can be viewed in so many. Like if I am giving credit to someone who deserves the credit. So match win by some other person, credit taken by someone else. I agree. No, it's not mine. It's others. Honesty. Honesty can be very simple thing. Like I'm going to purchase something, and the shopkeeper, in place of I given him 100 rupees and 80 rupees goods, 20 rupees refund. In place of that, he is refunding me 420. I say, no, it's not mine. I had just given you 100, not 500. Honesty. So you had a fault. Honestly speaking, it was my fault. You take the responsibility of something. It is honesty. So honesty is something. What is that? The points which comes in honesty, I will teach you. Honesty is something which is part and parcel of integrity. So if we see, so this to be honesty, the larger circle is integrity. Similarly, so many concepts are there which you can't. No, if I go about even accountability word I am saying, you will be writing just shallow things about accountability. When I'll be teaching you responsibility, accountability, you'll come to know that there are some specialized knowledge concerning responsibility and accountability. So spontaneous approach, it can be not good for your preparation. The content specialization is needed. This is largely missing. If I say what is missing in you, generally in the candidates, the missing thing is the content specialization. There is assumption that question paper will come, they will be able to answer. Maximum they have practiced the case studies, have practiced based on some Telegram or some YouTube videos based on that. But the person who is suggesting you those answers, authenticity of that answer, the clarity of that thought, can there be better answers than that? How can that answer be better? I will take one case study to recently one case study was asked. Artificial intelligence related case study was asked. If I'm showing you. So one case study was asked recently. From AI. In that case study, there is discussion about the carbon footprint. What is the discussion? It is about carbon footprint. And what is carbon footprint? Carbon footprint is the impact negatively created or impact created on environment because of action of some entrepreneurs, some individuals. So this carbon footprint, let me show you. So case study is this. If we see the case study is this. There is a technological company named ABC, second largest worldwide, situated in third world. You are chief executive officer. There is fast technological improvement. Means generally what happens, you are shifting from your existing technology to AI. AI use of the servers for AI, it consumes lots of energy. Energy consumption is very high. And if you are not using sustainable energy methods, then there will be huge carbon footprint of that. What step you should take? There is a contradiction that your company needs to grow, but your company's growth is contradictory to the environmental norms related requirements. What should you do? In that case, you assume, oh, I know, this is very simple thing, put your simple logics and you write. But your simple logic answer will not work. I'm showing you here that even there is, if you go through, if you study, it is not possible for UPSC candidate to study what Apple has done. But as a teacher, I can study. I can go through researches. I can go through the approaches of the companies worldwide. So Apple has taken certain steps here. What Apple has done, I am bringing few points for your purpose here. So steps taken by Apple heading towards making product by using only recycled and renewable materials. Means Apple is trying to reduce carbon footprint, and for that purpose Apple has taken some steps. Apple, you know, Apple phone. So making products by using only recycled and renewable materials. 56% of the cobalt shipped in Apple batteries came from recycled sources. Apple ensured that if they are taking cobalt based batteries from others, so it is companies ensuring that 56% of or more and more cobalt batteries should be coming from recycled products. Means recycled products is having less impact on environment. Carbon footprint will be lesser. MacBook, first product of Apple, used 50% recycled products. MacBook is the first product of the world which used 50% recycled products. And even lithium battery, means copper for circuit boards, it is recycled. And Apple given instructions to their suppliers, means they have instructions. They have instructions given. There is a supplier share clean energy program. So supplier chains clean energy program, they are running. Those who are supplying to Apple, with them they have sitting, they have discussion, they bring norms and they impose those norms on them, that if you are going through clean energy methodology, I have written so many points concerning that. What are those things? So simply you are talking about the, you are writing an answer. I cannot go in details right now. I'll discuss this case study when we'll be having our discussion on that subject. So when I'll be discussing this course extensively, I will be in our fast track course, I will be taking these case studies properly. What happens generally? There is a spontaneous approach that, oh, it was a carbon footprint I have studied in prelims and AI related question has been asked. I know this, I can answer. That approach, I am calling it the spontaneous approach, and that is not good. Now, apart from the one thing missing, which is content specialization, that you want to write answers spontaneously. Second thing, there is requirement, specialized requirement of going through the ethical orientation. A very important requirement is ethical orientation. Unless you have ethical orientation, you cannot have idea of ethical inquiry. Ethical inquiry is a very sensitive and very important in-depth word. That you are going yourself, putting yourself into a domain of trying to find out some ethical solution. And this is possible only through ethical orientation. Generally, ethical orientation is a big challenge. This is a very big thing which is missing in the aspirants. It is not the fault of the aspirants per se, because there are lots of factors. When I will teach you why declining morality, one factor I will teach you, that we are structured in such a way, means we have been groomed in such a way, we have been trained in such a way that we become a person who themselves are contradictory to some ethical ideas. We ourselves, I am the biggest enemy of the ethics, morality. Why? Because I have been groomed, I have been trained. I'm not talking about myself. Keep in mind, I have in me ethical orientation. I'm highly ethical person. And I have lots of the past credentials to prove that I have been ethical. But in general, in society, I see, is there in my family, maybe sometimes comes to me, my thinking comes in my mind, so many times it comes. Maybe I have done some unethical acts in my past, maybe. But in general, I am an ethical person. I have an ethical orientation. I try to see things from ethical perspective. We are the biggest challenge. Why? Because if I am honest, my family member would be suffering. If I am honest, people will say a mad person. I have not been taught being honest. If someone is showing dishonesty to me and I'm the loser, people say you are loser. Why didn't you respond it unethically to win, succeed? So when I see society from others' eyes, lenses, I grow in such a way. I interact with so many people who are unethical, people who are lacking morality, people who are having shortcut approaches. Lots of examples and lots of the cause-effect relationship I'll be discussing in this class, in our fast track course. So I'm the biggest challenge. So biggest challenge that I can't see what is ethical orientation. You know that seeing things from the perspective of right, wrong, good, bad. Seeing things from the perspective of rules, law, etc. is legal orientation. And there comes dilemma. UPSC's case studies are filled with these dilemmas. Should I follow law or should I follow the rules? One stream of thought says that rules following is important because you are bureaucrat. Other stream says that bureaucracy's ultimate duty is to bring change in the society, public welfare, public good. Rule is just a means for that. So why to break rules? Sorry, why to care for rules? Think about the larger interest of the nation. Think about the larger interest of society. Two streams of thought are there. How to balance it? Unless legal perspective, legal orientation cannot be a personality phenomena. Legal orientation is a factual dimension. Legal orientation is an objective dimension. It is related to your job. It can be trained and you can follow it. It can be in you because of the training. But moral orientation is something which is very personal. Ethical orientation is very personal. It comes in a person with the help of his own perspective of life. Understanding society from own perspective, not the perspective of others. That perspective is right, wrong, good, bad. This ethical orientation, if not there, if this is missing, and this is generally missing. If you don't see things from ethical perspective, then you will not be able to answer the questions of ethics in the desired manner. Why UPSC has brought this ethics paper in 2013? UPSC is conducting examination since 1951-52. Why it is having, or before that also 27, the first examination conducted at Allahabad, Prayagraj. Why to 2013? Because it was found that in general in bureaucracy, the ethical orientation has been missing. The search for the professional competence compelled them to become the slaves of rules and laws. And these rules and laws made them the self-centered, inward looking. in public administration. I am also a teacher of public administration. I teach public administration optional. I'm teaching it since 19 years. 2006 I'm teaching. So there is a civil servants, they have become slaves of rules, and these slaves of rules made them the self-centered, and corruption, nepotism, exploitation of people, these all are, this is engraved, or you say it is rooted in the rigid following of the rules, red tapeism. That will be clear with the passage of time. So this second thing is missing is ethical orientation. And when ethical orientation is lacking, means seeing things from the perspective of right, wrong, good, bad is missing, then how can a candidate have ethical inquiry? What is ethical inquiry? Just orientation is not sufficient. You are seeing things from the perspective of right, wrong. For example, previous year, one case study was asked that an SP operation against the Naxals. And that SP faced challenge. Tribals came, tribals surrounded the police station or the officials. And they were obstacle against the Naxal activities or against the Naxalist. What solution you have? Definitely it is right, it is good, or you say right, morally right, to punish the Naxals, because they are killing innocent people, they are creating law and order situations or problems. But can it be done at the cost of the life of hundreds of tribal people? Even if the tribals are supporting Naxals, they are supporting Naxals because their mind has been brushed. Means there has been, you say, they have been taught in such a way, there has been poisoning of their ears, that system is not good for you, government is not good for you, it is eroding the tribal culture, it is capturing the forest resources. Now multinational companies are influencing government and taking away your resources. Their ears have been poisoned, brushing of their minds. And now they, with the passage of time, 2, 3, 4 generations have learned from the basics that the government interest and the interest of the tribals are not same. It is contradictory. Bureaucracy brings this situation more complex. Bureaucracy, its corruption, its exploitation, or the forces, paramilitary forces, few people, 1, 2, 3, 4, not all, 1, 2, 3 people in the paramilitary forces or in police, their corruption, their exploitative tendency, it makes the situation more complex. Without inquiry, can you solve this case study? Ethical inquiry is important. Good, bad, right, wrong may not be amply clear, may not be visibly clear. So many times you need to go deeper into the arguments to understand the core ethics. So this inquiry, when I say ethical inquiry, generally students know, for purpose of bringing change in themselves, you are looking outside. Means you are looking towards some YouTube channel, and in YouTube channel, so many teachers and so many scholars, I will say, they are saying so many things. 100 scholars, 200 ideas. 100 teachers, 500 ideas. Like that. You are confused. Which to pick? Which is better? A systematic understanding of how to go deeper into ethical inquiry can help you solve, crack, or resolve your problems, or score very good in the UPSC examination. So what is first missing is the content specialization. Second thing which is generally missing is ethical orientation, and because of that, ethical inquiry has not been possible. And this, if it is not there, how can we expect that there will be the structured answers as per paper's norms. This is very important point, and I think this needs some better attention here. Now, don't think that the requirement of paper 1, GS1, suppose you are writing paper GS1, GS2, GS3, and GS4, they are same. Requirement of these three paper and requirement of the fourth paper is different. A similar GS4 paper's requirement is similar to the requirement of the essay, this essay paper. But these three papers requirement are not same as that of GS4. Why? As I said, can you assume that why GS paper 4 was brought? Is it there to test the candidate's ability, candidate's quality of the awareness about the world, about the assimilating thinking regarding the world, about the understanding of phenomena surrounding us, including history, geography, society, political system, or understanding of comparative ideas of history with the world, and making decision? Is it concerned with those qualities? No, it's not about the ability to understand the phenomena of the world. It's not about the assimilation of those ideas with administration. Okay, paper 1, 2, 3, 4 related to something else. Paper 4 is generally related to personality. This is what personality in crux, if I have to write two words, this emotional and ethical two elements in human's personality. Paper 1, 2, 3 is a less test of personality. Paper 1, 2, 3 is less a test of personality. Paper 4 is more a test of personality. And personality, what personality? Personality about decisiveness? Is it? Is it about decisiveness? Is it about the intellectual ability to solve a problem? Is it about the presentation of something? Presentability? It's not about those traits. It's about some inherent quality, internal quality in a person. Intellectual construct and a moral construct are different. An intellectual person can be immoral person, and if intellectual person is immoral, it is harmful, it is dangerous. So Warren Buffett's statement was asked that you are going to employ people, recruit person, and a person is having intelligence and energy and lack integrity, then he will kill you. He has these two things and integrity is missing, he will kill you. Okay. So knowledge without morality is dangerous. Morality without knowledge may be less sufficient, not sufficient. It may be bad, but it is dangerous. When there is knowledge and integrity is missing, it is dangerous. And I would not like to take name of people, but there are Indian politicians you must be able to recognize. So UPSC want what? UPSC's expectation is emotional, ethical trait in you, quality in you. And if you are not able to express those quality, or you try to say in one answer that I am having this ethical perspective or moral thinking regarding this, you try to show somewhere in one answer, and you have a contradiction in the some other answer. Examiner, when watching or reviewing or evaluating the copy, suppose I evaluate the copy, I come to know that, oh, this quality is missing in the person. Oh, he is writing something here and just opposite writing there. If you choose from here and there will be contradictions. If it is there from inside, it will never come unethical, immoral way. So this test of this paper, this paper was introduced. This paper was introduced to test emotional ethical quality of the person, and it is very true. And it is very true that the candidates try to think that they will be able to solve the paper by picking here and there, and they score poorly. This is one of the reasons why students score poorly. Because they pick things from here and there. Structured understanding of the phenomena and structured presentation of the phenomena based on paper's requirement is not there. Paper requires something else. You assume that, oh, this knowledge, what knowledge here? This particular thing is required here. No, it's wrong. The requirement of this paper is totally different. Totally different. I know two students. So many students are there, but two's case I am saying. One student out of 250 attempted only 200. Score was 112. One candidate's 112, one candidate's 108. He attempted 210 approximately. It's possible that just attempting 200 marks and scoring 112. So requirement of paper, if you know, then you have to structure the answer in such a way that you convey to the examiner that part of the personality. Then only you can score. Means you are not just making answer good or bad, sorry, more and more writing more marks. You are writing in such a way that examiner is trying to find out, do you fit as a moral person or not? If he thinks that you are a moral person, then he will be finding spaces, because examiner, keep in mind, your examiner is not giving you marks only. He is deciding that from his point of view, you should be an IAS, an administrator or not. And if in the eyes of examiner, your impression is good, then he will find the ways in different answers to make a score such that you qualify in the examination. It happens. If he is confused, yes or no, he will give you average marks. If he's sure, no, he does not fit, he will give you poor marks. And the possibility of this is more in case of GS4, in case of essay. So here a structured answer, which I say, is missing in the candidates. So what we see, 4 things which is missing generally in preparing ethics paper. 4 things is missing. First thing is missing is content specialization. Second thing is missing is the ethical orientation. Third thing is missing is ethical inquiry, which is never possible without ethical orientation. And a structured answer is missing. 4 things are missing. Those whose personality is oriented towards ethics, and those who have prepared the basics of the ethics properly, they score very well in the ethics paper. Exception is always possible. Okay. Now let us understand what will be our course, how shall we proceed, what shall we do. When my course will go on, with the help of the different topics I will be teaching, I will try to inculcate in you an approach that is having ethical orientation. How to develop this orientation? It's not possible to change your personality all of a sudden in 2-3 months, but it is possible to start thinking in such a way, a proper approach to think in particular way regarding the cases or issues which we have to discuss in the ethics, so that your answer, or when you are writing answer, their reflection of some of that orientation comes. Not total change, but reflection of that. If you have already ethical personality or moral orientation in you, then with the help of our discussion, it will strengthen. So approach building for ethical orientation will be the very important course objective we have. Second, our objective is fast track coverage of theory part. Fast track coverage means what? We have lots of things to prepare in ethics, and I can't teach you the basics of ethics. So what are those syllabuses? I will be discussing with you, but fast track coverage of the theory part we will be doing. Working on writing skill, simultaneously what to write. There are some questions in which the way to write is very important. So there was a question by UPSC that means and ends are two aspects of one's behavior. Some say means are more important, others say end is more important. What do you think? From your point of view, what is more important? Now, simply one thing, can you say, or can I say that end exists without a means? If an end is existing without a means, then end is of no purpose. You decide a goal or some objective, and for that means is not there, then can goal be achieved? End can't be achieved without without means. Objective can't be achieved without some tools. So means are very important. Without means, goal is not possible, objective achievement is not possible. And can we say means exist, goal is missing? Means exists, goal is missing. Only means are there, goal is not there. So just bow and arrow, target is not there. Is it possible? So conceptualizing means without end is fallacy. Both are important. Both should exist. Then why, what examiner asking? Question is asked that what do you prefer? Means or end? Both are needed. Can you write, I prefer means? You have to, here in this particular question, you have to structure the answer. That the question says when there is contradiction between the right means, bad goal, bad end. Right means bad end. There is a contradiction between them. Way of answering, I'll write the complete answer. I will suggest you complete answer. So question exactly, the question here means, the essence of the question is that if there is contradiction between right means and bad objective, which shall you prefer? If your goal has immoral component, goal has immoral component and means is good, shall you prefer it? Or goal is good, means is bad, you should prefer this. You have to structure it. Ultimately, you are not prioritizing either means or end. If you are prioritizing means in a particular circumstance, prioritizing ends in a particular circumstance. So those circumstances you have to write structured way. I have my video on this subject, but on this Ankuram platform, I'll be sharing this video very soon. Means and relationship. Structuring of the answer is needed. Structuring of answer based on UPSC's requirement. Structuring of the answer based on particular type of question, based on the personality, having ethical domain or emotional moral quality, that answer technique we'll be discussing. So fast track coverage of the theory part we will be doing, plus working on writing skill will be done. So course will be covered based on UPSC's requirement. I can't go through basics here. I'll be working on developing your approaches, understanding, but covering more and more parts and working on the skill to write, structuring of the answer. And last but not least, I will be giving you more attention on case studies. Case study, approximately 50% part, 120 marks case study is asked. So 120 marks case study, or 50% approximately case studies there. Case studies are of various types. In what type of case study, what approach should be taken? With the help of at least 15 discussions of 15 case studies, at least I'll be taking in this particular course to make you clear how to approach case study, how to create options, how to put those options in a particular structure, and which options to prefer. So organized thinking will be needed for that purpose, and our course will help you understand case study and solve it. Sorry. This course will be approximately hours course. Approx, I am saying, this is approx. It will not be less than 30. It may go up to 40 hours. Up to 40 hours. So sometimes students are in much hurry. They say, oh sir, abhi exam bahut jaldi hai, pass mein hai, abhi pura finish nahi kiya. Sometimes it happens. I am a teacher, I am not a robot. So sometimes we have extended 15-20 minutes in some lecture to make things, or some new topics added, etc. So it may take 30 to 40 hours. 30 hours is promised one. So it may go up to 40 hours. It will be alternate day class. Alternate day class. What we shall do here in this course, I said objective will be to approach, building the approach, fast track coverage of theory part, working on writing skill, understanding and solving case study. This is our part. Now in theory part, we will be doing what parts, what things we'll do. We'll do basic concepts, we'll do thinkers, we'll do applied ethics, we'll do administrative ethics, we'll do social psychology. It is almost entire syllabus. It's theory part. And then second part is case study. One thing I missed here saying, that apart from this 30-40 hours class, we will have 3 tests. 3 tests. So focus of first test will be theory only. First test only thinkers. Sorry, only theory. Second test only case studies. Only theory, only case studies. Test 1, test 2. And test 3 is a comprehensive paper. It is 3 paper test. So 3 tests combined here. Okay. Now in our syllabus will be what we are going to discuss. In theory we have these 5 dimensions. It covers almost entire syllabus. Case study, apart from that, we have to cover 15 case studies of different types. Various types of case studies we are going to discuss here. And then the syllabus breakup, for example. Just I have made a breakup of the syllabus here. Suppose if we are going for the basic concepts. In basic concepts, we have basic idea like ethics, moral, value, means and relationship, ethical behavior. It's not so simple. Ethical behavior is very important point. It's very important point. You will come to know what is that. Why declining moral value, effect of declining morality in life. What is good life? Good life, what you assume to be good life means perception of good life and real good life. So people assume good life as life having consumer goods, materialistic lifestyle, prosperity, success, etc. But what is real good life? You ask a person 70 years old, 60 years old person. He led the life, he will say you the best life is that life where the peace lies, where you have mental peace. What is that mental peace? How that mental peace comes? You have done wrong to some people. You have exploited some people. You amassed huge wealth. Is it the sign of good life, or is it the end you wanted, you thought? What is the element of success in good life? These things you will understand. UPSC has asked question in the past from this area. So what is good life? Perception of the good life. What is real good life? Then effect of human action, legal versus moral effect. Human being act. That action can have lots of impact created. So there can be the material impact or instrumental impact created. There is a legal impact created. There is a learning as an impact created. There can be responsibility as an impact created. That is moral component. So we have to focus on legal versus moral effect. Then concept of moral responsibility. The moral responsibility, we have the responsibility of the, suppose I am the actor, I have done something wrong. My responsibility. There are some people who are observing it. Observer. Case studies are there. A woman came to his company, realized that company is doing something wrong. So chemical wastes are coming. It is poisoning the river, impacting health and life of the farmers or the people who are consuming the food. So she is observer only. Should she play the role of whistleblower? What should she do? Is she morally accountable, responsible? So this particular idea, responsibility of whom, what is the idea of moral responsibility, who all are responsible? There is actor-agent relationship in administration. Suppose SP orders to constable, fire upon the crowd. Is constable morally responsible? Or can we say constable to be actor? When constable is an actor, who is the SP? Bridge, second example. Bridge is constructed. Engineer instructs. Engineer makes decision. Workers lay the brick. Workers lay the pillar. They construct it. The bridge collapse. Who is actor? Engineer is the actor or the worker is the actor? If engineer is the actor, who is worker? Worker is the actor, who is engineer? This idea we'll discuss separately. Very important for the from the perspective of administration. So here the law and ethics, moral responsibility, actor-agent relationship we are going to study, and its application in our administration, in case studies, or in solving the theory part. Then law and ethics. So many times UPSC asks the question from here. So three patterns of relationship are there. These three patterns I will discuss with you. Law as a source of ethical guidance, moral dilemma, just, unjust, law rules, law conscience. This relationship we shall discuss. Actor agent, I just said, it's a repeated moral dilemma. Constitutional morality, morality in Indian constitution. These are basic things we have to study, we have to discuss. Apart from that, in our course, for example, the thinkers, we have determinants of ethics, essence, dimensions of ethics, virtue ethics, duty, consequential, inconsequential utilitarianism, its relationship with globalization, liberalization, etc., cultural relativism, prima facie duty, theory of justice by Rawls, theory of rights by various thinkers, and some important Indian thinkers we are going to study. Not only this, we have applied ethics. Domain is very wide. This year, so many questions from applied ethics in theory. UPSC asked question. So AI, social media, international ethics, globalization, free trade, terrorism, extremism, weapon trade, war ethics. This is part of international ethics. Funding and diplomacy, environmental ethics, medical ethics, politics and ethics, gender ethics. Medical ethics question asked, vaccine, the price, generic drug, or the exploitation of the pharma group. lobby of the pharma group, or hospital practices, immoral practices in hospital. What to write, how to write, what suggestions you can give, what professional norms should be. These all I will not be teaching you on the basis of hunch in tuition. Structured existing materials are there. Based on that, I'll be teaching you. So we are going to have applied ethics, and then we will be discussing the administrative ethics. Administrative ethics, we have to accountability, RTI, citizen charter, the law as a rules, how law ethics contradiction, its application, various other concepts which have been given in our syllabus we'll be discussing. So administrative ethics, public interest is an idea, law rules is a relationship. I am teacher of public administration. I know that when the administrator works, what are the various points of work and where ethical domain is required. Ethical orientation will be needed. Those things I'll discuss. So administrative ethics will be doing, then social psychology, the emotional intelligence, attitudes, but these will be done fast track. So I will try to make it 15 to 20 hours for thinkers and approximately 15 to 20 hours for the case studies. 50% time I'll be spending. I know that deciding from whom to study, whom to get the guidance at this stage is very difficult. But my experience, my background, my personality for ethics, and there are so many things which is, you say, distinguished. You can compare with other teachers also. So go through one or two of my lectures available on YouTube and then make a decision. Even if you don't come to me for the course, I suggest you that have a structured preparation of the mains examination. What to do, what not to do in the mains, how to make your exam, the UPSC mains preparation organized. Regarding this, I will have a separate YouTube lecture. You can follow that and make your preparation. If you need any guidance beyond the classes also, you can write me on my Ankuram IAS number. It will come to me. Your query will come to me. I will reply accordingly. Okay. So all the best to all of you for your preparation. Start your journey of mains preparation very soon. Take definitely a breath for 2, 3, 4 days. The class of this ethics paper or fast track course of ethics, the date and time will be available in our Telegram channel, Ankuram IAS Telegram channel, Ankuram IAS official. You can see there. Apart from that, we'll have advertisements and our app, our website, all will be updated of the start of the class. It will be starting soon. So please come, try our courses, join it. One class you can try. The first class date I will be giving you. You can try and you can decide whether you have to continue this mains course or not. So thank you for watching. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for joining this course. All the best for your journey of preparation. See you.